Hello, my name is Guru Singh, and this is my submission for SIT232 Credit Task 1. And I'm going to explain the whole program in the debug mode. And I will do that by adding my breakpoints. So I'll start adding my breakpoints now. Yeah. As I've set my breakpoints within the program, I'm going to start the program and see what happens. So within the start only, it hits a breakpoint and tells you that the time object has 0 value. And since we have specified those values, they're going to change as the program continues. And you can see they change the values here. That is because of the set time function here. So what happens is that the input from here goes into the set time function, and it sets the value as number of hours 23, minutes 59, and seconds 58, as you can see. And now we'll just move forward with the code and see what happens. Set R, no changes. Yeah, continue. And yeah, you can see all those outputs are gone and now are set into this one time object here, one class actually. And here the next minute function is basically what it's doing is all of these next function are iterating the number of time seconds or even the hours, and then they're set if they cross a limit or a condition, they are going to pass it further into the next hour or next method that's being used to update the values. And we have here, see, that's what happened. So initial time that we set was 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 58 seconds. But when it went to the next second method here that is used for updating the values, it iterated and then went into the next method, or basically the value changed, you can see. And now we will just continue. What happens further is, since we have done some iterated our first time input, we're going to move on to the second one, that is this one which is being set here. But in order to do that, we'll have to move first. What we have to do is change the values that were set initially back to 0. And so you can see here, our minutes and seconds as well, the initial class value is set to 0 now. And we will move forward with the code and see how the value changes. So yeah, 58, 59. Okay, yeah. After another next second, we use there's an update because the value was iterated to 59, and then the whole rollover took place, as I explained further, that the value needs to be set to 0 so that the next input can come in. And after previous second, and we will see how the code changes further now. You can see the value is set to 12, 30, and 45 now, and we will see, yeah, set time to so the initial value went back to 0, and now it's set to 12, 30, and 45. And now let's see what happens further. Continue. No output on the console, but the value changed to an invalid input here within the code. And you can see basically it's a test for the program that what's going to happen if there's an invalid input. As you can see there, like the number of hours are set to 25, which is kind of impossible. And now what we will do is actually observe what happens to the code if an invalid input is there. Continue. And yeah, caught exception error, please enter a valid input, because the number of hours was 25 and that's not possible here. So basically there's a try catch block here, which what it does is basically takes the value here and observe if it's correct, and if it's not correct, it just passes an error exception message. And yeah, so that's the whole program. the initial time was set to 23, 59, 58. We saw how the code iterated those values and set the rollover to 0. And then further, a new time block was set. After that, we tested it through invalid input as well. And then it basically showed an error. And so, yeah, this was the whole date class program. And this was my visual submission for the credit task one. Thank you.